You know?
It's like immediately you have a safe space to kind of do some work, and
Yeah.
that's pretty
Yeah.
amazing. I have been in a bizarre place like the rest of the world in the last 2 years, right? Feeling out of touch with my community and connected to the things I'm used to and the things I love. And I don't know, I feel like there's been almost like this wet blanket of, I don't know, not great energy and also noise that's distracted me from kind of my intuition really. And I'm looking to get back in touch with that. Well, I thought I had really strong tuition. I was in touch with it, and that was a big surprise. You know, it felt like kind of like cold water splashed on my face. The first few classes, we would talk about different ways that we could perceive our intuition, maybe feel it, you know, see it, hear it, all of this. And I thought, I'm not experiencing any of that whatsoever. And had I done some kind of questionnaire, I would have rated myself, oh, I'm pretty intuitive. I know what I want. I know what my gut says and I can trust that. And I've moved so far away from that. And I didn't realize that until the class started. And that's what's been so cool is, you know, we learn more, and I kind of adopted these regular practices of intuition. I thought, well, there it is. Oh yeah, like I realized that. Oh, I used to think that way. I used to know. So I think I would have assumed I was way more intuitive than I really have been acting the last few years. And that's what's been cool. Peel away some of those layers, get back to it. And now I feel like I'm just seeing the world through a different lens. And I'm so much faster to go to my gut, to understand what I want, to be more honest in conversations with people, to take in signals from both my environment and also just from myself of like, hey, Cole, this is where you want to go. This is what you want. This is what you want to do. Now I'm hearing that. And I wasn't hearing that. And I actually didn't know I wasn't hearing it. But something called me to take the class. So I think in the base of my brain, something was saying, Cole, go figure this out. Get back there. And it's felt transformative. I feel like I've done the Reiki and the meditation and the Bernay and all of that stuff. In conversations with people, I've always tried to kind of like step gingerly and sugarcoat, but now I feel comfortable saying, I I feel in my gut that I want to do X, Y, or Z. And I think it puts out my opinion and people listen more. And you know, think of me in a professional work setting when they're saying confidence is so important. I have that where I can say, this is what I believe, I feel it in my gut, and people listen, and then things happen. Always aspire to be a wizard. I'm on my way. I feel like I'm more on my way now than I have been. The class made me realize it's like exercising a muscle. It's something I need to do if you're learning a language, right? Or doing some kind of new, whatever, yoga routine. You got to keep it up and you got to keep doing it. And I'm way more mindful of practicing my intuition daily, and that is just this amazing positive, you know, a reinforcement, I guess, of using it more. I'm doing it, I'm using it, and I feel way more in touch. I feel like things that might have taken a 5-minute deliberation or a 24-hour deliberation for a pretty simple thing come to me quickly because I'm closer to the answer. A quick example is, you know, I got an invitation to go see a music show with friends who I knew from years back. I haven't seen them in so long, to go see a performer who I absolutely love. And the old Colt would have gone through a lot of just a journey of, should I do it? What about the kids? What about staying home? Is the time right? What if, you know, all these what ifs, all those shoulds, you know, and through the class, you know, I can get to that point of, this sounds like a fantastic moment of connection and recharge for me. I'm going to go do it. And I know it's meant for me. I got to that answer really quickly. And I leave tomorrow and I'm so excited. And I already know it's going to be a great thing for me to do. all the conditioning from my upbringing and just relationships have, shaped me to think much more about other people and to not put myself first or my needs. And so we get really disassociated from our instinct and our intuition. This is the work to get back to it and and be who we want to be and make decisions that are truly in our best interest. Much of the magic of the class is this community of people that come together. We're all kind of working towards a similar goal, but in super different flavors, right? And all of the safe space that is created allows this sharing, and that's when a lot of the learning takes place too. Hearing how someone in a career very different from mine, or a relationship very different from one I might have, approaches, finding their intuition in this certain situation. That's where a lot of the learning takes place. Everyone has a chance to share their stories. We pull from that, we learn, and then we apply to our own lives. What a amazing common thread, it's so powerful, but we're all super different in ways too. In general, I am getting to a more honest place in all of my relationships more easily, more quickly, without the stress of I'm going to hurt someone or my decision will have a catastrophic outcome. And this could be a relationship with my parents or even being a parent to my kids. I think my intuition leads me to where I need to go in my relationships way more quickly than it used to do. So now I don't have all of that churn and burn and my wheels are stuck in the mud, wasting my energy, my time, and wasting other people's time and energy too, right? I can get to what it is and where I'm going more quickly and more happily. One of my opportunity areas I look to work on, we'll call it that, is dealing with anxiety, general anxiety about life, and not just when people say, "Oh, I'm stressed because I have to pick out a coat before a ski trip." I mean, anxiety of like, am I going to have a full-blown panic attack and need to leave a grocery store for no good reason? It's been a tough journey for me, but what has helped so much about this class is parsing out what is anxiety and what is my intuition, and realizing intuition doesn't come from a place of fear. I just don't have that noise that was making me feel like I was going crazy and kind of being paralyzed with making decisions or moving in a different place in my life. Now I don't have that. I can get to what it is I want easily without voices telling me I need to worry or be nervous or be afraid of things that don't really exist. So I feel a lot lighter. I feel like I have less anxiety hovering over me, and I have another tool to put in the toolkit to deal when that anxious voice comes calling. They're also so highly aware of what other people are almost than themselves too, right? You know what I mean? It's like we're so empathetic. We see someone over three aisles away and we feel either their pain or their stress or their anxiety. And I think it's almost like a recalibrating tool, a little bit tool, kind of like, oh, here I am, where am I? What's inside of me? Let's pay attention to that, right? I think anyone and everyone really can. In our life experience, we have to make so many decisions. We have so many feelings that come up. We have so many dynamics in all of our relationships, in our work. And in each of those instances, we have to call on an answer in ourselves, to address the questions or difficulties that arise. Um, it, the magnitude can go, be from what am I eating for dinner becomes a big decision sometimes in our head, to am I going to pick up my family and move across the world? To get to those answers, we have to have some kind of understanding of our instinct and what's best for us. So I think it really it's for everyone, because it addresses things from very small to the very big. How it has impacted my life. The anxiety stuff, I think, is a really important thing for me to share, big and small. Just being able to operate in in life, just what feels like more seamless, and just walk on through, make decisions. Yes, yes, no, we're good. Let's do it. Here we go. I just, oh, that feels easy and smooth and lighter. So no, I feel like I got the meat out of what I wanted to say.